Hello beautiful people, let us discuss about if functions today. If functions today. For if functions, it asks a question of yes or no and decide if a statement is true or false. Now, this is the test. This is the logic test. This place is the logic test. And this one is the one that says if it is true or if it is false. All right, meaning that if this test here is true, this is what it will return. But if this test here is false, this is what it will return. Okay, and then there is something called nested if function. That is when you have if function inside if function, and you can use if and, meaning that if this condition, if this logic test and this logic test is true, then this should be displayed, but otherwise this should be displayed. We also have if or, meaning that either this test or logic test or this one, either of it, if it is true, the true statement should be displayed, otherwise the false statement will be displayed. Now let us use discourse of some students in English language as example or a case study for tonight. So we have the attendance of the students in percentage. We have the first CA, which is 20 marks, the second CA, and then we have the exam. And so we calculated the over 100 using the sum function. So for the grade, we used the nested if function, saying that if G3 here is greater than or equals to 90, the grade should return A. We wanted another if function, so we put a comma and then have another if function saying that if this G3 here is 80, the grade should return as B. The same thing for 70, the grade should return as C. 60, the grade should return as D. Same thing for 50, the grade should return as D, and then we should have F if it is below 50. All right, so you will now count the number of brackets that you open. Let's come to this place so you can see it very well. Now come to this place. This was 1, let's count, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we opened 5 brackets, and so we must close it 5 times too, meaning the closed bracket should be 5. That is for the if function. Okay, the number of brackets you open should be the number of brackets you use to close it too. Now let's see the next one. We said if, still on this geo, now we are using the normal and basic if function. So we said if G3 is greater than or equals to 60, the student should be promoted, otherwise the student should repeat. So anything less than 60 we mean that the student will repeat, right? Now let us see this one. Why is this student showing repeat here? That's because the student total is 51. Is that okay? So that is that about the basic if function. Now let's quickly talk about the if and. Let's come to this place. Check this if and. We said if the attendance of the students, if the C here is the attendance column in percentage, right? So the formula is saying if the attendance of the student is 60% and the student also got 80 marks, like anything greater than 80, the attendance is greater than 60, the student should promote to the next class. Otherwise, so if these two criteria is not met, that is, the student did not get something attendance greater than 60% and the student did not score greater than 80%, the student will need extra class. Okay, that is for the if and. Now let's see if or. If or is saying that either of the attendance or the exam score, if the student meets either of the criteria, the student should proceed to the next class. So if the student is having either 60% in attendance or 80% in the exam score, that student is permitted to proceed to the next class. That is how to use if or. You will notice that it is the same formula we have under if and if of. The difference is the and that is here, and the difference here is the or that is here. That is because we are giving a different command to do. Are you enjoying this tutorial? Please comment yes, I want another tutorial tomorrow, and comment, share, like to encourage us to do more and teach you more. Thank you. See you in my next video.